when I first started to look at hormones and why am I yo-yoing weight wise? Why do I not feel well? I'm supposed to be a fitness and nutrition guy, and I can't even fix myself. So I started really getting into intermittent fasting, seeing how the body has to rest. And one of the things that I'm big on is our gut microbiome. I think it's just a huge factor in why we are sick all the time. And they say that that's our second brain, right? But in reality, that's probably our first one. If you go back thousands of years, that bundle of nerves in our gut was probably the first one. It's like, oh, feed me. I got to go find food, right? So then through the process of cooking foods and things like that, we started to develop, our second brain, which is in our dome here. I'm really big on the intermittent fasting, the anti-inflammatory diets, which would be plant-based and Mediterranean. People always ask me, like, what diet do I do? And I've done every diet known to man. And the reason I did this was I wanted to be able to experience these things. That way I can speak on it from a personal standpoint. None of these diets are sustainable except for the plant based. I'm a firm believer in not eating dairy products. Not just me because I'm lactose intolerant, but I just don't believe that we're meant to digest cow milk. Dairy products are in just about everything that we consume, and we walk around with inflammation, and a lot of that's due to diet. And we're more sedentary than ever. So we're not getting in exercise. We're not getting in the strength training, the cardiovascular exercise, flexibility and balance. On top of that, we're not sleeping well. We got to take a holistic approach to this thing. This is one of these things that are continuing. I try to speak on hey, if you mess up, don't try to make up. Just go back to what you're supposed to be doing the next day from a dietary standpoint. I do caloric restriction when I want to drop body fat, but I also count my calories and macronutrients and my micros for the most part on a regular basis, no matter what. Whether I'm eating 3,000 calories or whether I'm eating 1,500, I'm keeping track of these things. Sleep and stress management is also important. The quality of sleep is huge. I take quite a bit of supplements because it's really hard to get everything you need in your diet. I take it on an individual basis, and we have to make adjustments on the fly. And it's up to the clients to really log, keep track. That way, I ate this and I'm sick the next 2 hours. Well, guess what? Don't eat that. I got a buddy, he smokes cigars and he thinks it's the cigar that gives him the IBS. And I'm like, it's probably the large amount of dairy that you eat that gives you the IBS. It's probably his diet more than the cigar intake. But